I'm going to take you live now to the Beitbridge border post in the hope and expectation that we do have a good signal. The Home Affairs Minister, Dr. Motsoaledi, today meeting his Zimbabwean counterpart at the Beitbridge border. It comes just days after eNCA exposed rampant corruption at the border between the two countries. The ministers were also due to discuss plans to tackle traffic congestion at this vital and busy port of entry. Minister Motsoaledi, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Friday Lunchtime. I'm hoping the link is clear. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Jeremy. Good afternoon to the listeners and viewers out there. Thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure, Minister. So you are aware of the allegations of corruption at the border post. You yourself are quoted as saying that you're concerned about the porous borders that we have in this country. After the meeting today, what was your assessment? What's going to be done?
Yes, Jeremy, thank you very much. We've been aware of collusion and corruption by government officials on both sides of the border, especially at Beitbridge. We've been aware for quite a long time. That's why the Department of Home Affairs has got a special branch, which is called Anti-Corruption Branch, which deals with this type of issues. But today, really, the reason that this meeting was convened was because we know that every December there's an upsurge of people through the borders, especially Beitbridge. It usually gets chock-a-block. But now this year is going to be with an additional problem, COVID-19, where people...
Yeah, I was fearful that might happen. Let's just try one more time. Minister Motsoaledi, are you with us? No, he's not there. So we'll try to get him back, obviously. But the other big issue, of course, is the position as far as Home Affairs is concerned and the Bushiris. Many suggestions saying that he might have used the Beitbridge to his escape to Malawi. But I'm being told now that we do have Minister Motsoaledi back with us. Minister, let's battle through this interview if we can. We both understand that the signal is not great. You were talking to me then about the rush that is expected at the Beitbridge border post this coming December, complicated by the fact of COVID-19. What's the plan? What's the strategy?
Yes. As I said, we're going to sit with our officials to develop a plan. And one of the areas that have been identified by both countries is the capacity of health officials to be able to inspect for medical certificate and the possibility that some of them might actually be fraudulent. We're drawing plans around that. What happens when a large number of people bring in fraudulent certificate? But we have also agreed that from next week we must up communication for people to know that the fact that we are at lock level 1, Zimbabwe is also, by the way, going to lock level 1, does not mean that COVID-19 is over. We are making life easy for them because it's Christmas period. People want to be home with their relatives. But that does not mean that we are going to be lax at the borders. So we're going to make a statement that if you don't have COVID-19 test, we are definitely going to turn you away. But we are also going to announce that in a small way, there's going to be a rapid antigen test done at the borders. The other thing we discussed today was about the trucks, which you are aware, Jeremy, over the past 3 weeks it was chock-a-block. And the traffic officials in Limpopo province, the traffic officials in Musina municipality, the SARS people at the border post and Home Affairs and police and the army all came together to put up a plan. The situation is a little bit better and we want it to remain that way. And so it's part of the plans that we're putting together today.
Well, we'll see how that pans out, Minister. I want to come back to the issue of porous borders. You yourself were concerned about them. Just in terms of the Bushiris, do you believe that they could have used that Beitbridge border post where you are right now to effect their escape to Malawi?
Well, the issue of porous borders, Jeremy, has been recognized at least a decade ago in South Africa when government started toying with the idea of establishing a border management authority. And that's why over the past 10 years, Parliament was busy enacting an act which has just been passed and assented to by the President, and we are busy with implementation plans of the Border Management Authority. As for the Bushiri issue, we have announced many times that this is a matter that is being investigated by all the security agencies, meaning state security, defense intelligence, military intelligence, that is crime intelligence, home affairs, Hawks. They are all together investigating this issue. And when the time is right, they'll come out to the public and tell them what has happened. At the moment, we can only postulate. All that we said in Home Affairs was that through the normal channels of exit in South Africa, we have checked through those channels, we didn't find anything.
Right. Minister, you say that this will be announced in time, but you'll also concede that people have a right to know what the result of that investigation is. How long is this going to take, and what sort of pressure is your department putting on those investigators to come up with a conclusion?
Well, as I said, the investigations are from all those departments I've spoken about. And we did not give them a time span. We said when they are ready, when they found out, they will inform us. I know I'm under pressure, Jeremy, because everybody believes Home Affairs ought to have known. I am under extreme pressure. I would have liked it if an announcement was made last week what has happened. But unfortunately, we depend on the investigators.
Just a final question in this respect. There is also an internal probe in your department as to whether Home Affairs officials allegedly or potentially assisted in that escape. What is the status of that internal probe?
Yes, it's about to come to an end, Jeremy. I can assure you that one part of it has been completed. But you are aware that investigations of this type have to follow certain laws and regulations in the country. And so I cannot announce, but definitely the first part of the investigation has been finalized. We are now in the second part.
All right.
And after that, we'll also announce what is happening.
All right. Well, we look forward to the conclusion and the disclosure of those results. The Home Affairs Minister, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, live for us at the Beitbridge border post in northern South Africa. This is